to Ukraine.
A couple of questions on that cruise.
Let's go to Ukraine first,
Okay.
and then we'll go to the oil tank.
You expressed concern, more than concern, you condemned the shelling of the UNRWA school in Gaza. I'm wondering if you're willing to condemn civilian casualties in Ukraine committed by both the separatists and the Ukrainian
Well,
military.
we would condemn civilian casualties wherever they take place, but obviously we have to look at every individual incident.
Have you now, yesterday when Jen was asked about this, she said that there were reports, but you couldn't confirm them, of the Ukrainian military using artillery in Donetsk and heavily populated.
So on that,
yeah.
The Ukrainians have a responsibility to protect their citizens in their own country. The weapons cited in these reports are a standard artillery component in former Soviet militaries. We're certainly not going to tell the Ukrainians they can't use standard weaponry, particularly when they're coming under such fire. But as with the use of all weapon systems in this conflict, it is imperative that the Ukrainians continue to exercise as much care as possible to protect innocent lives. And of course, the reason there is all of this instability is because of Russia's actions here.
Are you concerned at all that, as you have said with Israel, that they are not living up to their own high standards? Do you have the same concerns in Ukraine, that the Ukrainian military is not doing enough to prevent civilian casualties?
Well, look, we are going to also hold them to their commitments on, particularly when we've talked about exclusion zones, right, when we've talked about ceasefires, but also in protecting civilian casualties. We have seen them exercise extraordinary restraint in the face of incredible opposition from the Russians, and we'll continue working with them.
Okay. When you say that Ukrainians have a responsibility to protect their citizens in their own country, does that apply to all Ukrainians, all people in Ukrainian soil?
What? I don't understand the crux of
Well,
your
it just
question.
seems to me that if they're firing artillery or these rockets or missiles into civilian apartment buildings, including one that's housing an old folks' home, basically, that those people who are getting hit and killed and wounded are the Ukrainian government also has the responsibility to protect them as well, correct?
That's correct. I can't confirm reports about what this artillery hit. There are, again, a variety of reports out there. We're still trying to get a little more clarity on that.
Okay, and then